Welcome back to another video on my channel. In today's video I'm going to be going over the one strategy that's going to help you become profitable, essentially giving you a one setup for life. Now, since using this strategy over 6 months ago, I've never had such a high win rate. I've never been so profitable. I do have a trading community which is linked in the description below. There I teach this exact strategy every single day to my students. I also trade live every single day, so you can copy my trades and see me trading live. Also linked in the description below is an 80% discount code to Apex Trader Funding. Now, this is the prop firm that I use every single day, as well as all of my students. You can get any size evaluation up to 300k for less than £30, which is insane. So make sure you get some accounts while they're so cheap. And without further ado, let's get straight into this video and teach you this strategy. The first thing that this strategy requires is a red folder news event. So as you can see, this candle here clearly indicates that we've had red folder news, and it has impacted the market by creating this big candle. So this is on the Nasdaq. Okay, I only trade Nasdaq for those of you that don't know, and I trade the inversion fair value gap model. But this strategy is the one set up for life. It happens nearly almost every single news event. Now that we've got this red folder news event, what we want to do is wait for a sweep of either the buy side liquidity or the sell side liquidity. So you'll see when I start playing price through, we come down and we take out sell side liquidity of this news candle. Now that we've swept the sell side liquidity, this is where we look for a buy entry to target to the buy side of the news candle. And it really is that simple, okay? We're just looking for a reversal, and we're looking for this one setup to show that I'm going to show you in a minute. So now that we've swept this news liquidity, and we now know we are looking for a reversal up. We are now looking for reversals. Now, what tends to happen is people long these fair value gaps, okay? People use these two here as an inversion fair value gap. Now you might be thinking, okay, if we inverse these two fair value gaps, then surely we are going to take a long position. That is wrong, and that is why you have to wait for another sweep of sell side liquidity. Okay, what tends to happen is the market will reverse now and catch people out who think this is the reversal, and then it'll come down, take out their stop losses, which are going to be where they're going to be sitting here. So their stop losses are below here. The market will come up, do a fake inverse, and then it'll come down and take everybody else out again. And that is when we look for a reversal. So you'll see, when I play it through, that is exactly what happens. So people here start seeing this bullish momentum and they start longing. It's almost like a double sweep. So you wait for the news to get swept, and then you wait for that sweep to get swept, if you get what I'm saying. So you'll see, when I keep playing it through, this is where a lot of people now, it's just accumulating. Okay, more people are adding long positions, more people are adding short positions. So we know that in this zone, and also below here, is a lot of stop losses. We've got money above as well as news, but we've also got a lot of stop losses below from all these people that are longing. So again, we just keep waiting. This is what we've been waiting for. Okay, now that these traders have been stopped out of the market, this is now where we look for a long position, because we have had a sweep of news. We have also swept sell side liquidity again. This is now where we look for long positions to target this liquidity pool and also target the news high. And now you should be noticing that in this manipulative leg, we have left behind a very clear and a very obvious 1 minute fair value gap. Now that is the key to this strategy. If the fair value gap is not clear and it's not obvious, okay, then it's probably not going to work. That is one thing that took me a while to understand, and I teach to my students every single day, that if the fair value gap you can't see it by eye, okay, without zooming in, then it's not going to work, okay. This fair value gap is so obvious to the eye, and retail traders and new ICT traders will definitely be shorting this fair value gap. And that is something that will just happen, okay? They'll see this as a breaker structure, and they will look to short from this fair value gap. And if they did, where is their stop losses going to be, okay? Above these highs. So again, more liquidity added to this pool. Now that we've got this sweep, we've got this fair value gap marked out, all we want to wait for now is obviously the inversion fair value gap. So this is where we just be patient and wait for this to be inversed. And as you can see, we came up with some momentum, and now this clearly tells you that we're going to go bullish, okay? We have swept sell side liquidity, we have swept news liquidity, and look at the bullish momentum as we smash through this fair value gap. Okay, it essentially wasn't even there. The momentum was that good going through it that the momentum is probably going to continue higher. This is now where I would enter a long position and you target the news high, okay? And your stop loss goes a candle close back below. That means a candle has to close back below the fair value gap. A wick doesn't matter, but a candle body closes below, we close. This all depends on how you want to trade. If you want to take a partial at this high or take a partial at this high, which is internal, and then leave the rest to news. Okay, that is totally your preference. You can go break even whenever you feel necessary. And when I play the trade through, we tap into that TP, accumulate again, and then we shoot straight up to news. And this strategy is so effective. I use it almost every single news event. So as you can see, the trade hit full TP. We started accumulating after we entered, which is obviously not the best thing, but eventually we did come up, take out this internal level, and then shoot straight up and took out the news high. Now that was a 3.4 risk to reward. It was over 100 points. We took that one live in my community, and I took this live on stream as well. Now I'm going to show one more example of using this strategy, so you know that this isn't just a one-hit wonder. I'm going to show you another example, and it's going to look exactly the same. Okay, so here is the second example using this strategy. Now, here at 10 AM we had another red folder news event. So what do? We always mark out the high and we mark out the low. Once you've marked out your high and your low, this way you just be patient and wait for either side to be swept. So you'll see in this example, we come up and we take out the news high. So now that we've swept news high, we're going to be looking for sells. Okay, it's that simple. You'll see we start coming down and we almost take out the news low and we start reversing again. So like I said in the previous example, you want to wait for the candle to be swept and then we sweep that original liquidity. So this here will be the fake move. This pullback now will be the fake move that doesn't work. Okay, because this is the one where everyone gets caught out and thinks this is the reversal, but it's not. Even with that much momentum down, this needs to be swept because it's the exact same as the previous example. You've got their stop losses here and you've also got the news liquidity here. So to get down to this, we always take out the initial move's liquidity. And this is the initial move, okay? People get caught out and they think this is a reversal and they short, okay? And they'll have the stop loss and they'll target news low like this. What we want to wait for is the sweep of this side of liquidity and then we get the reversal, okay? And you'll see that is exactly what happens when I play price through. So we come up and this inversion fails because this is obviously the initial move. You'll see now that we have just swept this liquidity, okay? So this is now where we can look for the short. And is there any clear and obvious fair value gaps on this screen? There's one right there, okay? This bullish fair value gap is so clear and it's so obvious that this is the one we're going to be using as our inversion. And you'll see when I play price through, this candle here inverses the fair value gap. So this is now where you enter your short position with your stop loss at candle close back above the inversion, and then you simply target the news low, okay? Your internal liquidity could be any of these lows, whichever you decide. And when I play price through, you'll see we shoot down, take out the first TP and absolutely blast straight through the news low. And once again, this is another 100-point move that you could have caught trading just red folder news. Now that's going to be the end of this video. That is my one strategy and my one setup for live that I use every single time we have a red folder news event. So that is it for today's video. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel. We're so close to 200 subscribers. I'm going to be posting a lot more frequently about this strategy. And don't forget that in the link in the description below is my mentorship and also my 80% discount code, 80% off any evaluation. So yeah, I'll see you on the next video.